Mm. Okay, all right. So let's see, everyone's here. Guys, good evening, everyone. So good to see you. So good to have you for our very first project management webinar with the amazing Fabrina. Hi, Ahmad. Good evening. How's everyone doing? Hi, Nania. Hi. Hi, Faye. Hi, Astrid, my student. Hi, Shi, my student too. Hi, guys. I'm good. Thank you. Hi, Tia, my student. Oh, my students are showing up today. Hi, Naris. Hi, Shini. Oh, great, great. Thank you. Thank you. It's so nice to have you guys here. And so today we have Fabrina. So we're gonna wait like 5 minutes till everyone is here. So let's ask a couple of questions to Fabrina. So hi, Fabrina. So happy, so glad that you're here with us today. So I want to know, like, how long have you been in a project management? How did you get started in project management?
Okay, so hi everyone. Nice to meet you as well. Hi Eric, thank you so much. So actually I started I think it's actually like for Eden's failure, like it's in urgent matters. So basically my background is partnership and business development, which
Partnership
is
and business development.
yeah, I could say it's part of like lead generation if in SGBPE is like looking for the leads and also doing the partnership with another company, do the acquisition and out. However, somehow in the company, as we know, we're not only doing like one role, and
Yeah.
somehow suddenly in the company, maybe they lack of the resources and they have to
Yeah.
urgently like uh, the project or even like
Yeah.
they want to do like the pop-up store or else, but
Yeah.
they're having the background in e-commerce.
Yeah.
So somehow they just like pick you, like,
Oh, yeah.
okay,
So you're just
Fabrina, yeah,
Fabrina,
yeah, yeah,
you're up for it.
yeah, you're the
I
PIC and
see. I
yeah,
see.
and
I see.
yeah, something like that. And actually, I would say it's almost like around like 5 years because my first career is in the financial services in
Yeah.
Indonesia. One of
Mhm.
the, it's also having, if you know, like my bank. Yeah, I believe it's also
Huh?
like
Sorry,
in
what
my
bank?
bank, my bank.
Oh, Maybank. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
my bank,
Malaysian
right? Yeah,
bank.
in
Yeah.
Malaysia, bank, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I used to like working not for the banking, but for the financial services. It's like the my bank finance. It's like the leasing company, right?
How is that?
Um,
How is the has the switch, like how is the switch, like how is your transition uh
okay.
from that to
So
project management?
yeah. So this is quite interesting, because I'm starting as the management trainee
Yeah.
during that time, just like 3 months on job training. Then,
Yeah.
you just like plunk in the swimming pool, and then during that time in my company, in the leasing company, which is my bank, they just like starting to build the business development department. So I'm the new management trainee, and during that time, my CEO, actually we have like the really a lot of project. Like between my bank finance and also the my bank in the headquarter, we have like 6 project needs to be implemented. So it's like
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
like
Oh my
cross
God.
selling. It's the
Yeah.
project like for the anything of the projects,
Okay.
and in banks they have a
Yeah.
lot of people, they have a lot of PAC, but in my company it's only like one person. So my CEO just like pick someone, which is okay, Fabrina, you just handle it. So I need to
Okay.
handle like 6 project and I don't know what to do. And of course, during that time, I got a lot of I did a lot of mistake. My CEO also as a role model, he teach me a lot. So yeah,
Okay.
starting from there and you just, like running and then, did
Yeah.
mistake and then, yeah, until
Okay.
it be listener for me.
Okay. Okay. Pravina, it's 8:30. It's 7:35.
Okay.
Are you ready? Are you ready to start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, guys. Welcome once again. Good evening, everyone. We are now going to start. Are you guys ready? Hi, Pia. Hi. Hi, Josh. Hi, Dina. Hi, Lulu, my student. Hi, Hendra. All right, let's get started. Okay, Sabrina, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you, Eric. So, hi everyone. There's like more than like 200 students in here. So really nice to meet you, even though it's through online. So hopefully one day, if I visit Singapore or even like another country, we can meet offline or face to face. So before I'm starting, let me introduce myself. My name is Febrina. You can call me Febri or AB. And before I'm showing, maybe firstly, I will try to summary about the material or the lesson that I'm already recording for you. But before that, I'm quite curious actually. How's your either you are a new or a beginner to learn about the project management, or maybe you are more expert than me. I just curious how your first impression when you receive the material about the project management, and especially how your first impression when you get the exercise. I mean, like, is that like make you is that like so easy for you, or maybe it's quite interesting, it's difficult? I just want to know. So what's your first impression? Headache, confused, difficult? Okay, I like of the construction, and actually the template quite same. Okay, one word, wow, very difficult, excited, overwhelmed. The text is hard, interesting, quite difficult, but so challenging. Okay, okay. Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, I believe it's quite a bit confused for you as a newbie, and I think it's a lot of things inside. But I just want to let you know, guys. This exercise is I could say is like a medium level. So the main purpose why I choose this exercise is the offline private gathering, because if you already like try to do the best version of you through initiation template until you creating the Trello, even though it's just not you don't like do it in details, but you know the flow, what you need to be prepared if a company choose you as a project manager and you need to help the private offline gathering. If you already in those kind of if you already like get things done the exercise, so I believe actually it's really useful for you in the future. You can put under your portfolio, of course, and it's really valuable because you already I could say you already like success to prepare not only the offline gathering, but the target market itself is for the niche market, which is for the high end network. Okay, it's so different with infrastructure or definition. Yes, yes. Okay. So I will starting what summary on the. Okay, this is the module. Start. Okay, maybe I just like introduce myself again. So basically I partnership and business development on my background. I used to study in Indonesia and in Singapore as well. So my client is mostly a small medium enterprises. For the full-time job itself, I handle starting from the startup to the corporate, even a group's company in Indonesia. And also I used to working for the Singaporean company. And for the VA itself, I also handling the project management. And the nature of the business itself is related with the e-commerce, creative agency, headhunter, retail, and also services. So thank you. I already received the connection request from some students. So I already accept it, and please keep in touch and do let me know if you have any challenge or else. Feel free to just direct message me through LinkedIn. Okay. So firstly, you already know about the project management as a fundamental, as the basic or the understanding of the project management. Actually, the PM itself, I could say simply is someone who is able to manage a project from the beginning to the end in a certain period of time. So basically, as a PM, you need to handle, to coordinate, and also as a problem solver. Somehow in the company, right? As a project manager, you don't just only like prepare the Trello, you know, prepare the Gantt chart, and okay, I already done with my job. No, not as simply as that. Honestly, not as simply as that, because inside the project management, you need to manage from the beginning to the end. Means you don't just like prepare about the Gantt chart. You don't just prepare about the Trello, but you need to manage. Means if there is a problem in the middle of the project, you need to be able to manage those kind of problems itself. And the more you can be a problem solver, you can propose the better solutions or alternative through the project itself. Is much better, and it will be like the company will see you as not only a PA or even like project manager, but they will look at you more than that, you know. In a certain period of time, of course, it might be different because the project management somehow it can be takes like a month, 6 months, or even like a year, depends on what kind of project that you handle. And then the project management itself, of course, is really important for the company. I don't say that all the company, all the industry will need the project management. Somehow the project management is like already do by themselves, like their team. So there is no like dedicated project manager. They just like running across department, but without any PIC or project manager. And there are a lot of opportunity as a PA or a project manager in a company, because some of them actually like the startup or even like the company, the business owner or the solopreneur, somehow, for example, like they want to do the pop-up store, they want to do the offline presence in one of the like shopping mall in their country, but they don't know like who's the person that can help them to, you know, like to make it happen, you know. So somehow they looking for someone who able like just try to prepare and what need to be prepared about the project itself. So it's really important and have a huge opportunity for us as a PA. And then this is just an example, the opportunity as a PA on the project management. There are several industry that might need the project management or project manager, like the e-commerce. Somehow they need someone who can handle for the product launch or the inventory management. In a consulting firm, they need someone who be able to do the client engagement. Client engagement means whether they somehow they most of them they do it offline, so not only online, unless it's a pandemic situation or else. So the engagement itself, they did it through the online. And then for the startup, of course, the software development, the product launch, and then the healthcare, somehow they need a PA or PM to handle like medical conference, and then the virtual training program. Event planner, of course, is quite a lot. Like the wedding or even like just a simply like birthday planner, you know, like a lot of I think this is the quite event planner industry will be need more VA or project manager, because somehow you know, they will handle a lot of like event in everywhere in a certain area. So they might not only like need one PM, but also like 2 or 3 or 4. Even they will like split or like differentiate through based on the area, you know, like the north and the south, you know. So and then the fashion and retail, same, somehow they need also for the product launch, marketing campaign, and an educational online course development and else. And of course, this kind of the example of the task, right, is not something that fixed. Means in the e-commerce, for example, they might be not only need the project manager to do the product launch or inventory management, but they also might do the another things. Maybe in the e-commerce, let's say they want to do the product launch, but it's more than that. Let's say the e-commerce itself is focusing on the online services, but they want to bring these services itself through the offline presence. Means you need to be handled to do the offline presence for them, something like that. And then we also learned about the responsibility VA on the project management. So I can say that the successful of the project manager is when we can try to achieve the client expectation balance with the project goals. So for example, if the project goals of the project objective is drive the revenue or maybe increase the revenue up to like 1 billion, means not only those kind of project goals, but you also like need to meet what kind of the 1 billion that your client expect. Because somehow, let's say the project goals, okay, drive revenue like 1 billion. And then you prepare the strategy and also like discussing with the marketing department, you discuss with the sales department, okay, we want to do the project, let's say the offline project, we need to gain the 1 billion. But you need to ask your client, like, how they want to achieve the 1 billion as well. For example, okay, I want to achieve 1 billion. However, I want the marketing costs not like too big, like not in the huge amount, but maybe we can like more push into like digital ads, so there's the project goals like drive the revenue, but you need to ask your client as well what's their expectation to reach the 1 billion. Okay, and then the important thing is when you already like achieve the client expectations and the project goals, means there is your clients will be satisfied with your works as a project manager, and you don't need to be worried, because if you already like success and create client satisfaction, means they will refer you to their friends, they will like maybe for another project they will hiring you or maybe contacting you again. So it's really you really need to leave the first the positive impression and a good result when someone or the company already trusts you to be a project manager. And then how to be balancing the client expectation and the project goals? Of course, it's a clear communications. Set the realistic expectation, understanding the client priorities, proactive problem solving, and provide the regular update. These 5 points, right? If you see, maybe it's really simple and it's really easy, Who cannot do the clear communication? Everyone can do communication. I can talk now, you can talk to everyone, It's really easy, but believe me, in the reality, when you are being the project manager and you face a lot of department, a lot of people with the different character, different perspective, with their own belief and value, and then with their busyness, believe me, this clear communication is really challenging, especially when you accept the clients overseas, not only in your country, which is something for you. The clear communication is really challenging. Okay, and then set realistic expectation is really important as well, because you need to make sure that let's say okay, the project goals is to drive the revenue until like 1 billion. You need to be able as analyze. You need to analyze as well whether it's achievable or not to reach the 1 billion, and how you can know about it. Of course, as a PA, you need to be able to do the research as well. So as a project manager, I don't say like, oh, I don't want to make like project manager is quite difficult or it's quite easy. Not it is. And of course, you will know actually when you already like implement by yourself. But I just want to remind you, when you already having a project goals from your client, make sure that it must be a realistic expectation. It must be a realistic numbers. It must be a realistic goals. Because by the end of the day, it will impact to your performance. So let's say if they wanna like drive the revenue like 1 billion, but after you research, after you trying to explore to their competitor, after, or maybe you check with the internal team, you know, like with the sales team, and they say, oh, I think we cannot achieve 1 billion in the certain period, you know, in the upcoming 2 months, we might not be able to selling up to 1 billion. Oh, why? Yeah, because we have a system problem, and maybe if the transaction is doing through application or maybe the website, yeah, our website is really slow down. You know, the transaction may be quite low, so it's really impact to the transaction process. So of course, you need to set the realistic expectation, and you need to tell your client as well. I mean, I try to discuss and try to come up with the solution whether like 1 billion can be achieved if we support by our system and blah blah blah, something like that. And then understanding the client priorities is really important. And then proactive problem solving. As we know, problem is really inevitable within the projects. If as a project manager, you never like facing any kind of problem, I will clap my hands. You know, problems is always come up when you doing your project. And then provide the regular update. This is really important. This could be daily, somehow weekly. It depends how you agreed with the team as well, since all department might be busy. So you need to be able to set up the regular update, whether it's a weekly meeting or it's monthly or even like it's daily. And then the essential skill for the PA as a project manager, of course, is organizational skill. And inside the organizational skill is a lot of things inside, like the time management. I believe everyone is also trying to do your best to do the time management, even in our daily life. And then the PM tools, and then the team management, adaptive and dynamic. Adaptive and dynamic, why I put this one as a skill? Because you don't face every company or every industry having a different culture. So you need also to be able to learn to see and observe what kind of the culture, working culture in there, you know, how quite fast they are working each other, you know, or even like the team or the resources somehow quite slow, you know, you need to understand about their culture. And as a PM, you cannot push everyone to follow you, okay? Somehow, yes, you set up everything, you manage everything, but you need to be able to dealing with them as well. Okay, and it's challenging. And then the systematic and problem solver, and then the product knowledge. The product knowledge is also part of skill. Why? Because every project, of course, every company has a different products or services, and that's good if you already like get the product knowledge from the product manager, for example, in the company. But if they quite busy and don't have time, means you need to learn by yourself. Okay. Okay, this is the details about the skill, and then the project management process. Basically, everything's always same from the beginning to the end. Starting from the initiations means we try to come up and explore about the scope of the project, and then the objective, the stakeholders means who will be in charge from both internal and external parties. And then after we come up with the initiation, kick off, start. So we try to create the planning, the proposed budget, resources, timeline, the execution, and also the monitoring and evaluation. Okay, this is the initiation project. Maybe some of you confused whether like in a company it must be always having the 4 template, or it can be adjustable and it can be like quite flexible. I could say somehow as a PM, right? If the company is used to having a PM, somehow they already having their own template. So means the template that I share to you guys is actually can be flexible. It's actually can be totally different. It depends on what kind of the template that the company usually use. if the company like just like give it to you, leave it to you, okay, Fabrina or maybe Eric, you can just like using your template, just as long as the template is understood by all parties, then that's okay. Okay, and the initiation part, it means you need to explore with your client, and somehow the client will be invite the PIC from each department, because in this initiation projects, right, before we starting prepare everything, initiation means we need to have a clear understanding about the scope, about the problem. The problem means like why we need to do this project, why we need to implement this project. Okay, let's say like for the offline private gathering, why we need to do the private offline gathering? Oh yeah, because the sales is quite low and we don't have any high-end customer, so we need to collaborate, or we need to ask another luxury company to, let's say, like doing the private gathering with us. So in return, we can like do cross-selling. We can at least from the jewelry customer, we can like, try to explain about our product as well, something like that. And that's why, so this is the problem. The main problem in here is not about like the problem of the project that may occur. The problem in here is what behind the reason, or what behind the story why this project must be implemented. You know why? Because somehow when we explore the initiation project, it could be after discussion, after brainstorming with the client and us, suddenly clients say, oh, I think we don't need to do this project then, because yeah, the problem is there, but we can do another thing as well. So means previously maybe you need to do the offline private gathering, but it can be changed. Okay, we don't need to do the offline private gathering. We just like change. So as a project manager, I think you just like create the strategy, and then you make sure that those kind of strategy can be delivered or can be implemented to our company lah, something like that. So this initiation is the really first step to make sure that, okay, Sophie, right? So yeah, Rasen. Okay, then the solution. Solution means okay, the problem is, let's say, okay, the sales is quite low. There is no, you already like boost the digital ads, but cannot drive the high-end customer. So the solution, let's say, okay, finally you come up with the private offline gathering is already like the best solution ever. You can do at start, and then the result expectation is more into what kind of the result that client expecting. Okay, drive the revenue. Okay, more into the brand awareness, and then also do the market expansion. And then the result parameter is what kind of the parameter to achieve the results. So for example, like the result expectation drive the revenue. So the parameter is what's the measurement of the revenue itself. Means it needs to be put with the numbers, or either like in the numbers, in the value, or in the percentage. If it's related with the quality, let's say like brand awareness, of course, maybe there is no the numbers or even the percentage. But for the brand awareness, you can say like, okay, the result parameter is like increasing the 10% of the followers, like Instagram. Or maybe it could be the parameter is how much they visit your website profile, for example. So the result parameter need to be like in the quantity, in the numbers, you know, there is a measurement on that. And then for the planning is after we agree with everything with the client and also with the PIC of each department. The planning is we're starting to create the budget planning. And of course, this can be like deleted. You can like delete the column. It depends on the projects. You can change the department. You can change the resources to another things, equipment as well. And this is the Gantt chart. After you set up the budget, and then after the company give you the budget, or maybe the company just leave it to you. Okay, you just like calculate it by yourself and tell me the budget. Is also can do it as well. So after you set up the budget and then you propose to management or your client, and your client, okay, agree, but maybe they will ask you, okay, Febrina, the budget is maybe $10,000. Can you deduct again? Like, can you make it only like $5,000? Believe me, it's not something that impossible, but it's something that possible that your client will ask you to do it. Because somehow the client also like don't know what is actually the real number, you know. So it's also challenging for the project manager. You need to research about somehow you need to propose not only like one budget planning. You need to make like 2, even like 3 proposed budget, like the low one, but with the consideration of which is like the venue, maybe it's not like really private, but it's still like representative for the luxury products, and also the customer also still like convenient or comfortable. And then the second one, you propose the budget, which is the middle prices, and then the high one. Okay. And this planning, this Gantt chart, you put all the responsibility or what we need to prepare, and then who will be responsible. And then last one is execution monitoring through the Trello. And the tools for the PM itself is actually a lot, but I just like put something that regular that we do, like for the internal communication. Somehow the company can use Slack for the internal communications, it's other or Microsoft Teams. Or if let's say they don't have Slack or else, they just like simply, okay, we just like communication through Telegram or WhatsApp. So it's feel free. You need to ask them what the communication that they usually use. And please don't like make the communication tools is difficult for every department, you know. So you need to ask like what kind of communication tools that they usually use. If let's say they usually use Slack, or even they usually use, let's say, Telegram, and never use Slack. So don't just like, so as a PM, don't just like propose, okay, we just use Slack. So everyone, you know, like you must push them to learn about Slack. Okay, so you need to be adjust with them as well. And then for the task management, we can use Trello, Basecamp. Somehow I use Basecamp as well, Monday.com, ClickUp, Asana. It's also like depends if the company, let's say, like never using any kind of task management tool. I suggest you just choose the dashboard, or even like the tools that easy to use and quite user friendly, you know, not really too complicated in terms of the dashboard. And then for the communication, Zoom, you can use like Telegram, Google Meet, and then the documentation, you can use like Google Drive and Dropbox. Okay, then for the case study, okay, in here, the case study itself, the client is Singaporean who would like to launch the new brand, watches both men and women in Indonesia. They would like to sell on average 50 HGD. Not sure what kind of launch properly in Indonesia. Okay, so I think for the material, I will stop it first. Okay, so Eric, we just like continue to the like about the exercise, or you wanna like open the Q&A first, or?
Oh, it's up to you. Do you have any exercise to show? Let's start with the exercise if you have it.
Okay, so let's choose.
Okay, let's have a look at some of our students' exercise.
Okay,
can
you
I can see it.
see?
I can see it. I can see
Okay.
it. Yeah.
So we're starting with the first. Ipong Pais, hi. Nice to meet you. Okay, we're starting with the initiation. Okay, initiation date 1st February, April 3 months. Okay, scope problem and also the expectation problem, logistical potential is supervised. Okay, 1st February, 3 months. 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 Okay, 1 Okay, so in here, right, the problem that you mentioned is actually interesting, but it's more into like the problems that may occur during the events, right? So for the next, this one you can keep as in like like the like uh this one is actually is more into like the plan B, you know. This something that might be occur in the futures, but for this problem itself, as I mentioned before, is more into what behind the reason why the private gathering must be held. Okay, but that's fine. That's interesting. You think about the logistical challenge and coordination with the partner as well. Okay, and the solution dedicated event planner. Okay, I believe this problem and solution is quite related, yeah, because you think about the problem that might occur during the private gathering, and the solutions is to answering this kind of problem. That's fine. The research expectations, successfully strengthen the partnership, okay, enhance the networking, okay, showcasing the success, positive perspective, appreciating the latest showcase during the event. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so there is a parameter, right? Actually, okay, for the partnership growth, measure the development and collaborative through post-event assessment. This one is also fine, but make sure that after you mention about the post-event assessment, right? There would be, the client will ask you like, okay, how to measure it, you know? There would be a certain number on it. The networking metrics, track new connection made, potential collaboration identified, and also overall networking success. Okay, for this networking metrics, what you can put the networking metrics, but you need to put like, let's say, how you identify those kind of networkings are success. For example, oh, it's success when we can get let's say like up to 10 or even like 15 leads. Means from the brand, as a brand, I mean like as a watches a brand, we can get, let's say like 15 leads, 15 contact numbers from the jewelry customer. So the networking is can be say as a success, even though it's just leads, but at least it's success. You can get the contact number, email. Somehow they don't want to put the number for the high end network. Even the contact number also, they don't like to put the numbers, the contact numbers. However, like let's say you can get like their name, or even like the cross data between you and also the jewelry brands. They can like give you, let's say like 15 or 20 their of the customer feedback, and also the review, collect and analyze attendee feedback, and review to goes to overall success of the event. Okay, this one is really important as well. And then this comprehensive approach aim to address potential challenge, implements. Okay, so just make sure the result parameters, right? You put the number, whether it's a value, percent, or else. Why you must put the number? I'm telling you the secret. The client is really love when you don't just put the wording, but you put the measurement in the numbers. The project indicators timeline, okay, on February, establish event objective, 2nd March, okay, this is the data of the timeline, stakeholders. Okay, so for the stakeholders, right, you can put like who will be truly in charge in this project. In the internal, you can put like the stakeholders is like marketing or even like merchandiser or even the sales team. And then the external, if let's say your marketing team, you pretend as a company, your marketing team is really limited person, means external stakeholders, you might need hiring the agency or maybe hiring the freelance, you know, something like that. So it's what we need to put under stakeholders. The budget, allocated activities, venue costs, okay. Okay, so the budget in here, right? I think you just put the numbers there. Like you just put the, let's say like $10,000, you just put in here in our numbers. And the budget allocation, like from the $10,000, what kind of the allocation or who the department that accept the budget itself. So for instance, the $10,000, right? It must be allocated for the marketing or even like for the IT. So because somehow in the company, you need to ask your client as well, who will be get budget to spend, because somehow in a several company, even the IT department, they don't get any budget from the company. So you need to make sure if the company already mentioned to you the budget, who's the department that that having an access to spend amount of money. So let's say the $10,000. The budget of department is only for the marketing, and then for the merchandise, and that's it. So the rest means for the sales department, for the IT department, they don't get any budget. And also somehow you need to discuss with your client or with with the finance department. Okay, and then go back first. Budget planning. I always love when I see the budget. Venue 5-star hotel. Okay, 40,000. Dinner catering. Dinner catering per person. Okay, so for this one, right? The venue and the catering, it could be different. But some venue they don't charge you for the catering, because if the dinner catering in the hotel, I believe they prefer you just like purchase, or there is the minimum purchase from the venue or the hotel. Because if you already like using the hotels, but you bring the like the food and the catering from the outside, of course it will be a double the double cost for you. So in here you can try to negotiate with the hotel, like okay, they rental the ballroom, or maybe the mini private ballroom. Ask them whether like it's already like including the food, or it's not always like really heavy food. It could be like just like a cake, or like the simply a wine or something like that. But if you choose to use an hotel and your client agree, you need to negotiate with the hotel as well, and try to make it just at once, because if you bring from the outside, somehow they will like charge you more. Merchandise, delivery worker, even stuff, vendor expenses. Okay, decoration equipment. Okay, for the vendor expenses, right? This one also must be asked to your hotel as well. Let's say the 5-star hotel, the hotel A. You need to ask them like, when you rental the venue, somehow what kind of the equipment that they allow you to use. Somehow they already give you, like the projector, or maybe like the simply decorations, and then a little bit equipment that which is can make you can deduct like your cost as well. The display setup, okay, for the watches, MC, okay, the MC you can like pay from the external, or if in your company, and you can like discuss as well to your partner, like the jewelry brand, whether there is their marketing team who can be able to be a MC. It will be fine as well. Entertainment, okay. Entertainment music performance is actually depends on the rundown of the events. because somehow if the purpose is to drive the revenue, just for example, if you wanna like, if the client expectation is, okay, you do the private offline gathering, you wanna do the brand awareness, and you wanna do the cross-selling, you wanna get the leads from the jewelry company, means the entertainments would be great, but you must limit this entertainment because don't create like too noisy during the events until the customer itself feel uncomfortable, and like the sales team even like cannot cannot approach the client and else. So it's just need to be clear about the rundown about the event, but that's okay. You put the entertainment as well. Miscellaneous expensive, yes, it's always you must put these additional expenses for any kind of things that might be happen in the future. Okay, it's already good. And then the Gantt chart.
Okay, Fabrina,
Mhm.
just sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt you.
Yeah.
We have to move to the Q&A soon
Okay, sure,
because
sure.
yeah, we have a lot of questions and
Okay, sure,
but
sure.
limited time.
Yeah. Okay, so I just stop share. Okay.
Okay. All right, so let me just open up the questions. Okay, so let's move on to our first question here. And this is by Tia. So Tia is asking you, in project management, how do we know about the divisions of our client? And I mean, we don't know about them. Okay, this is a very good question because I also have this thought as well. Like, how do we know what divisions, how many stakeholders are there? So how would you know, Fabrina? How many stakeholders are there?
Okay, of course, how to know about those kind of department? Of course, when you hire as a project manager, right?
Yeah.
You don't working alone. I mean, you are as a PIC, but of course, the detail, the technical, you are not doing by yourself. Maybe for like looking for the external vendor that out of the company, it's might be your responsibility, but of course, you need to also having collaboration and coordination across the department. So at first, when you hire, right, you will either like you do the online meeting with the client, or the client is just like somehow give you an information. Okay, Fabrina, so you just like in charge with the marketing department. This is the
Okay.
contact. This is the email.
Okay.
You just like contact them, okay? Something like that.
Okay.
So starting from there, and then you can like set up the meetings and then asking those kind of email, or even we can like ask the client. Okay, for this meeting, for this let's say the private gathering, I think I need to collaborate with the marketing or even like the finance and health. Can I ask you, would you mind like to give me their email or even like their contact number or even like the Telegram if the contact number is quite confidential? Okay, the Telegram or even the email, because I would like to invite them to do the online meeting just to like know each other. Of course,
Yeah.
it's impossible if you don't know them, but it's starting from there. You ask your client, or your client just simply like, okay, this is the PIC of the marketing. You just like talk to him or her, and she or he will help you.
Right. So in the beginning, you have the meeting with the client. Okay, the client will say, okay, you work with this department, you work with this department and get this project done. And then you will get to know them first, and then only then you start the project. Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, Tia, I hope that answered your question. And let's move on to the next one. Okay, so Tia asked one more question about Trello actually. She said that she still doesn't really know how to use Trello. And do you have any other sources? Like how do you learn to use Trello?
Actually, I opened the YouTube. Yeah, I opened simply YouTube because a lot of really and not only Trello. Actually, when my previous company using the Basecamp, so I'm searching on YouTube since in YouTube everything is free.
Yeah,
so I just like simply put like how to use the Trello, and then I follow them, starting like register the Trello and then following it step by step. Because honestly, if we're talking about Trello or any kind of the tools, believe me, no one company or even client that will teach us about it. So
Oh,
when okay, let's say the company doesn't using any kind of tools, you just like maybe choose Trello, because I think like even in my current like company, I'm also now helping the like creative agency.
mhm,
All the teams are fully remotely working
mhm,
remotely in
mhm,
Indonesia and also overseas. We
mhm.
just using a Slack for the internal communication, so there is
Okay.
no WhatsApp group. And second one is we using the Trello.
Oh,
But the
okay.
Trello, since my role is not into like the lead generation, so I'm more into like the acquisition.
Yeah.
The project manager, I see them using the Trello, but it's only for the all designers, for example. But they're
Okay.
using the Trello, yeah.
Okay. So
Even when
YouTube's the best teacher.
yeah, even when I'm joining this creative company, right? The HR telling me that, okay, Verena, we won't use the WhatsApp group, we just use the Slack, so you need to learn about Slack. Have you
Yeah.
used it before? Never.
But
And
of course you can YouTube it and learn.
yeah,
It's no big deal. Okay, there, Tia. YouTube is a great teacher, and YouTube has taught me a lot of things also. Like, if copywriting, you want to learn copywriting, go to YouTube. You want to learn Trello, go to
yeah.
YouTube. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's move on to Nisrina. Nisrina asked about project initiation. She asks, she's confused about project initiation. But Nisrina, I don't know your question. Like, what's
Oh yeah. I understand
is there like a
what it means. Yeah.
how
So
to fill the project initiation? Okay, how to fill the project initiation?
okay, the project initiations, right? It's like once you already know that you need to have the offline private gathering, the project initiations mean like before you starting go further with another department, prepare everything, like booking the venue and else. The project initiations mean you need to set up the same perspective, the same expectations from your client and or with your internal PIC. So in the project initiation, it might be only you and the client. So you discuss with the client as well. Like for example, under the scope problem and expectation means the scope is okay. Let's say the client asks you to do the offline private gathering. Means you need to clarify with the client your main role as a project manager, just to make sure the private gathering is well executed, and then you make the evaluation feedback on the event, and that's it. That's what I mean the scope. What the limitation of your role as a project manager. And you know why it's really important in the project initiation discussion? Because somehow, okay, you already know as a PM, you need to, you need to implement the private gathering event. You need to collaborate with everyone in the department, in their company.
Yeah.
And when it's done, and then suddenly the client asking you more. Hi, Fabrina, why the sales it doesn't increase? Then the scope is already out of the topic, right? Because we
Oh,
agree at first that my
yeah.
scope is just make it happen for the event.
Uh-huh.
However, for the dress sales, yes, I create the strategy, I discuss with the sales department.
Yeah.
But when it's implemented into the events
Yeah.
on the H day, which is on the H day, right?
Yeah.
I don't selling the watches,
Okay.
right? The
Yeah.
selling, the person who will sell the product which is the sales department.
Okay.
So if in those events, your
Mhm.
sales team doesn't even like approach the client, doesn't even, like try to engage with them.
So
So it's not
that's
my
not yours.
responsibility.
That's not your job.
Yeah,
That's not your
yes.
job.
So the scope means you need to having a clear expectation, because, client, yeah, I mean, every company, every client having their own expectation, but you just need to make it clear at first. That's why the project initiation before you kick off is really important to set up the, the objective,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
limitation of responsibility, because believe me, client is really amazing, it's really unique, it's really out of the box.
Okay. Can I say like it's like before you get into, you know, before you marry someone, you make it clear in the beginning that you don't want to
Yeah.
have, you don't want to
Yes,
have baby, you don't want to have to be, you don't want to have
yes,
babies, no
yes,
babies, no babies.
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes,
so
yes.
very clear in the beginning. So
Yeah.
it's like that. Okay, it's like before you go get married to someone, you make sure that you clear, you set up your expectations clearly,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
everything's clear. So no backtracking and nothing like that. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, so Rengani sister good. So she said that, you know, all of us are newbies. Okay, and let's say if you want to make project management as our highlight service, like what kind of projects do you think that we should take first? So let's answer that part of the question first. Like, what kind of project is great for a newbie?
Okay, for the newbie, right? If you never like handle any kind of events,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
just okay, the rate is actually variable. Why? Because I don't charge them in a hour somehow, but
Okay,
I bundling it into the project period.
okay,
So let's say like in the lead generations for this creative agency company, I make it into 3 months. So they pay me for the 3 months.
okay.
But the hours, of course, like maximum, let's say like 5 hours per day, something like that. And those kind of numbers, of course, excluding the commissions, right? So if the project management would be the certain period that you need to agree with your client, because as a project manager, if let's say you've been charged by an hour, of course you need to having a like proven result and proven whether you're working or not. However, from my point of view, in terms of the project management, right, somehow in a 1 hour 2 hour you just like can do a research, because to get to know everything. But you want to
Right.
charge the company somehow is for me is a bit unfair. So
Okay.
it's simply for me, I just like ask the client, okay, what kind of the project that you want me to do, and what's your problem, and what's your challenge? I always ask
Okay.
it from what's your
Okay.
really challenge, right? And after that, okay, if let's say it's about like software development, I will ask again. The software
Yeah.
development means you starting from the scratch, or you already having the software development, but you wanna just like rebranding or else, right? So we can like agree, okay, maybe this will takes like 6 months. Okay, let's say you
Yeah.
can like finish into like 3 months, but
Okay.
let's say you just like expand it into 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay, then during 6 months you just like, let's say, okay, you pay me like 6,000, but pay me let's say like 2,000 in front just for the kickoff to starting and everything.
Okay.
And I also say like, yeah, if you don't satisfy and you want like terminate or something,
Yeah.
you can do it as well, but the 2,000 would be like refunded to you.
Okay.
Something like that. So
So
more charge into as a project per project.
would you say that, you know, for a beginner, let's say a VA just started off, right, as a project manager, would you advise them to just look at the problem first, ask the client like what the problem is, and then from there you like gauge yourself whether you can do the task or not?
Because that's correct. Because from my point of view, I think every virtual assistant having their own perspective in terms of brand.
Yeah.
But for me, the more important is not just about how they pay me, but how I can deliver the impact to them. Because
how you can solve their problem also.
Because okay, let's say the project, we just like, okay, I understand about this project, so I know, okay, if I already having a bit like knowledge about it, unless I don't have any knowledge about the product and services, something new. So maybe I will like the pricing for the project maybe a bit low, okay, but when in the middle of the project you have confidence, okay, I can do it well actually. So you just like still like paid by a certain number, let's say like $500 or maybe like $1,000 per month, or even like per 2 months. Then you just like finish it really well. Okay. really exactly well. And I believe even though they don't add on the fee, but I believe they will calling you again for any kind of project.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Because for me,
Okay.
it's important like not only the payment, but I do the good results. So they will refer me to another person. So I don't need to reach out to the new client. They just like will refer us to their relative.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Thank you. Let's move on to the next question. This is by Lisa. I think Lisa has a very good question too. Which is also how I feel about project management. Lisa says that I feel like PM's role is too broad because as a project manager, you are expected to manage all kinds of projects the client gives you and expects you to know it all. Is that true? Like you have to, is that true? Like you have to, the client expect you to know it all. Is that true, Fabrina?
Okay. Yes, because somehow the client think that you are the PIC. So you
Okay.
need to be able to do anything. But however,
Okay.
that's why the project initiation, we need to having a clear scope and limitation. But you know
Okay.
why? I understand this exercise. Yeah, especially this exercise is maybe really difficult for everyone.
Yeah.
But believe me, in reality, somehow is also it's a bit easier rather than the exercise itself. So this kind of exercise is actually you already do the whole and the complete from the initiation to the end. You just like don't do in the real work, right? But if you already finished this whole things, right? This exercise actually can be part of the medium level. It's not even like the beginner level again.
Okay.
And I believe, yeah, everyone, of course, would be feeling the difficult. Why? Because if I give the exercise that quite easy for everyone,
Yeah.
we don't have any value added. In this exercise, I really want everyone just put your creativity, just like try to finish it at all. Because believe me, when you put in your portfolio, it will be really valuable for you. Something like that. But
Okay.
I know it's really in the medium level. Yeah.
It is okay. Now you come from like a financial background. So now that you are a project manager, is there like a project that you're like, okay, I won't take this project. Is there like a project that you would say no to?
Oh, sorry, pardon.
Okay. No, you are a project manager, right? And
Hmm?
is there a project like you would say no, like you won't take this project? Because you come from a financial background, so you obviously are good at certain things. Is there like a type of project that you're like, okay, no, this is not something I can do?
No, actually, my background is there is no such as related with the finance. So as a project manager, right?
Yeah.
I want to inform as well. Let's say you need to learn about the product or services of the company.
Yeah.
You need also get a bit about the finance. But when you are be a project manager, doesn't mean that you need to know about that cash flow. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, finance itself means you have a analysis about, okay, someone give me like, let's say $10,000.
Yeah.
How I should spend it with the clear consideration.
Okay.
It's similar like, when you want to like watch the concert,
Yeah.
let's say the K-pop concert, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a certain budget. You want to buy the uniform, you want to buy the merchandise,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
want to buy the ticket, right? But
Yeah.
you only having in your pocket, let's say like 500,000 rupiah or
Yeah.
only 500 SGD. So how I can still watching the concert with my friends when I only have those budget? It's same like when you are a project manager in the company. The difference is when you watch the concert, it's your own pocket, right?
Okay.
But when you are as project manager, it's the company money.
Ah.
So you need to be careful doesn't mean $10,000 means you need to spend everything. No. If someone give you like $10,000, but you make it happen for the private offline gathering with the barter, with let's say with the negotiation, or maybe like you engage with the another the another influencer, but with the certain things, negotiation and else, client will see you with the another person. it's not just, you know, $10,000, but you can like saving money for the company. They give you 10,000, let's say, but you can spend, let's say, 7,500. You will have, you know,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So I would say that, you know, you are you are comfortable in taking all sorts of projects because they are kind of the same in a way. Okay. So there you go. I hope that answers your question. I think it's a bit like copywriting. It's the same because you have to research about the product and then the method of writing is the same. Okay, let's go to a question by Petra. Okay. Oh, wait, the question is gone. Okay, Petra asks, hi Sabrina, thanks for the lesson. I want to ask something based on your experience. How can you overcome when there are problems, when the project is ongoing? Okay, what would you do, Sabrina, when there is a problem in the middle of the project? How many backup plans do you make?
Okay. Somehow, despite of the communication problems, yeah. Inside of the project, I said the private gathering. As I think as Ipong previously said, right? They put some the problems that may be occur, for the offline private gathering. You just like simply brainstorm from your brain, like what kind of the problem that actually if we do the private gathering, you know, you just like put everything, and you just like prepare the solution, and you keep it for yourself. You know, somehow you don't need to share it with the another department. So make sure that, oh, if this one happens, then you already have the solutions. And somehow something happened, I don't know even the solution, or I just like keep it silent, and it will be like calm by the day and by the time, you know, because somehow you need to also prioritize the problem. If let's say the problem is something that, okay, you think that is not having a big impact on the project deadline, you know, on the project results, then yeah, you just like leave it, you know, because you face a lot of people that you actually never meet them in offline, right? So you don't know their real character. So if the problem is, let's say, oh, regarding the system and house, of course, it's something that out of your capability, you need to check with the IT, what's the problem? Oh, the problem is blah, 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 blah. And okay, this problem must be settled within, let's say, a month, which is the project will be like over the 1 month. Then you need to tell your client simply.
Okay.
If something does not happen, yeah, it is like out of our, so you need to check about the problem as well.
Yeah. So, and how many backup plans do you have? do you have any, like, how many backup plans do you make?
Honestly, I only have one.
One,
right?
okay.
But yeah, but the
Okay.
another things, in my experience, problem is something that you really unpredictable. You already like predicate, you know, you already like brainstorm, but somehow there's always something that is beyond your expectation. It's just like occur, and
it's natural. I mean, these things do happen. Okay. All right, let's move on to next question. Is page. Trasha says that it seems that a project manager has huge responsibilities. So how much is the salary range? Whoa. I think, Prasha, that depends on what problem you are solving and the scope of the project. And also, it's very hard to tell the salary range without knowing the problem that you're solving. Am I right, Sabrina? This is about your pay.
About the pay is actually different. So maybe I can open a bit in like my creative company, right? I mean, my currently clients is actually I take the lead generations, right? Doing the leads and also pitching presentations. And somehow it's a bit like a project coordinator, like a project manager, but the task is not like difficult, like, you know, like the provide the gathering and else. It's just like the simply one. But within the 3 months in total is roughly around like $3,000 is exclude the commissions.
Oh, okay. Okay, you get commission as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know that. Okay, next we have Anjani. Anjani says that a project manager has a lot of high involvement. A project management seems to be a high. Wait, let me read this question and try to understand it. Assist a PM. Oh, Anjani asked, is it possible for a VA to assist a project manager? And do you need a VA, Fabrina?
Yeah, somehow. even for my business itself, I also like actually, you know, previously Emerald queries about the virtual assistant, right? I also like need some even like in first in terms of the, you know, like yeah, but it's not like purely online. For example, like currently we have like pop-up store in one of the shopping mall in Jakarta.
Yeah.
And I really need someone who can like duplicate myself, you know, like doing the not the leads, but more into like assist the customer, you know, monitoring everything's that going well or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, Anjani, you might just have found a new niche. Anjani, everybody is going for entrepreneurs. Anjani, you can become a VA for project managers. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, let me like read through the questions.
Okay, actually, maybe I think there sorry, Eric. I think there are some people that maybe say that it's really impossible to having the $10,000, which is like 150 million rupiah to help the private gathering, right? But I'm telling you once, because we used to previously in my luxury e-commerce company, right? We are a watches brand, but we are not affiliated with any kind of brand. But the brand that we deliver is maybe you're familiar with the like okay, I spill a bit about brand like a Rolex, Patek Philippe, Richard Mille. Okay, maybe some of you are familiar with this kind of brand. Okay, so the luxury e-commerce itself, we are as a dealer watches, and we collaborate with the jewelry company that actually having a flagship store in a Park Hyatt hotel in Jakarta, the 6-star hotel that having under the MNC Group. Maybe if you're in Indonesia, maybe you will know the Park Hyatt hotel, right? And inside the Park Hyatt, there is the jewelry store. That jewelry store is actually used to have a collaboration with my company in the watches brand. So it's a real case study. It's not case study anymore. It's actually the real one. Okay, the budget that we did for the private gathering, we held in the Jakarta. We did in the Orient Hotel. In the Orient Hotel is a bit like the Chinese hotel in Jakarta. They have not a big room, but it's quite private. Okay, we invited some only like one host or like one influencer, but we asked her to invite the 20 females, another influencer or even friends who able to buy our watches or jewelry, or at least, you know, you just come, you just do posting Instagram and us. And then the hotel itself, yes, we rent the hotels, but we have even like trunk show. Okay, it's like a mini like fashion show, you know, like like wearing our watches and then jewelry, you know, and the clothes and all. The trunk show is actually 2 times because the event is held around like 6 hours. Okay, and in total of our budget is even less than the $10,000. Why? It's quite cheap because we don't always like spend money to, okay, for instance, like for the decoration. Even though it's private, but doesn't mean the decoration must be a lot of flowers, a lot of gardens, you know. Or you can choose the venue or the hotel is the hotel that actually already support for their decorations. So you don't need to decor anymore. You just like simply put the flowers inside that, you know, something like that. Before was kind of B2C leads, wasn't it?
Sorry, are you reading a question?
Yeah, I'm reading the question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I have one. I have one here by Licia. She wants to know like how we supposed to know every detail, every scenario, and a list of tasks to accomplish when you have no experience at all. So she wants to know. how you're
Okay,
supposed
the
to know
Licia
that.
questions, you mean?
Yeah, Licia, by Licia.
And list of the tasks to complete if you have no experience as well. This is actually my red question. Okay, yeah. Okay. So from my point of view, right, suggestion, if you never be on project management, you try to flashback first, like our kind of personal events that we used to have. Okay. For example, Licia, just for example, I don't know whether are you married or not. Okay, or maybe you haven't married yet. Maybe you used to, like meet your friends or maybe like
Yeah.
celebrate your baby showers or, like some sort of with your friends.
Yeah.
You just like telling about your story, oh, we did previously a baby shower, but I'm as a PIC, like choosing about the place, and then we know the exactly numbers on that, and then for the table decoration, I also decorated, and since the baby showers seems is maybe like looks like a baby boy, so we choose like the blue one, starting from what I believe in our life. It's really impossible that we never as a planner for our life, even as simply like what I'm trying to say.
I feel like this comes with also like foresight. Like you kind of have to have a foresight of what will happen. It's kind of like, I think in the chat this time I said someone like project management is kind of like organizing your daughter's birthday party. It is like that. You have to know like what you need. Okay, you need a cake, you need the balloons, you need a venue and things like that, right? And you kind of have the foresight to know what you need. I think that's what it is, Verbena. What do you think?
Yes. So even let's say if we wanna go to the shopping malls or let's say like on the weekend you wanna go somewhere, of course you will think in the future. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
you kind of have
what we
to
should
have think
prepare.
about it.
Yeah. You need to. Yeah, it's already part of the project manager for yourself. But we just don't realize it because we think that project manager is always working with the clients, working with the company. But actually, if we truly like pass back, we also as a project manager for ourselves. So as a beginner, if you don't have any kind of experience,
Yeah.
you just like, you just like need to be like re-copywriting
Yeah.
your own story in the past.
Yeah.
But pretend that you are as a project manager for those events. Even it's really small, it doesn't matter. Because even it's really small, right? Yeah, even it's really small, doesn't mean, okay, the client is quite a lot. From the high client, middle client, even the business owner, or even for myself, I also maybe need someone who can like manage just for simply, let's say I wanna like open the pop-up store in, let's say, Surabaya. Or maybe like even I wanna reach out in Malaysia or Singapore. I don't know about in those countries. Can you help me just to research in there? Do the survey, how much the price and ask. That can be, the project manager is also can be complicated. So you do the research.
You know what? From this conversation, I can say that project management is kind of like working with the unknown. You're not supposed to know everything. Yeah. So Licia, the thing is, you're not supposed to know every single thing. You're actually, as a project manager, you are working with the unknown. So that's why you're there. The person hired you because you are dealing with a lot of these unknown things. It's your job.
And I just want to remember everyone that, believe me, there is no such as a professional project manager who just starting as a professional. Everyone is starting from the even okay. I don't understand what a private gathering favorite. Yeah, that's okay. You can start like, okay, highlighted services is, let's say, for the business owner who wanna like join an event, but they don't know how to go there. They don't know how let's say I wanna like visit Singapore in the offline event in there, but I'm not sure whether it's really true or not. Maybe I need the PM in Singapore. Hey, can you check and do survey whether it's really truly, something like that, right?
You have to gather information. You have to do research and all that, and then you gotta have you have to have the foresight to know like what are the problems and you to minimize all these things. So it really comes with a lot of foresight. All right, let's move on to the next question. Rosa asks, okay, this is a Rosa. The project management work in luxury event, as mentioned, does also research, find quotes of multiple vendors, and getting stakeholders choose which vendors. Because usually it's the work of a business analyst. Or in VA world, usually are PMs expected to do those kind of things?
So I think I just to clarify, okay. The project manager is actually really wide. So let's say as a beginner, I don't think I could do it. Let's say do the research, even like find a course of multiple vendors. I think it's not it's not like the PM jobs. It's the, let's say, the purchasing department jobs.
Yeah.
Then that's fine. So I mean, like, that's why I mentioned to you right in front, guys. This exercise is actually like allow you to be like a person in charge as a lead, but you need to be able to do the whole things. If you think that okay, I don't be able to looking for the vendor, then that's fine. But at least you know that if you can understand from each department, you can like able to see this exercise as really your client hiring you as PM.
Yeah.
Believe me, you already learning about the whole skill. That's why I don't want to give all of you the easy exercise, because as I mentioned to this is the medium level. But if you think that okay, I don't think I can do the private catering, Febrina, I just do maybe the research or maybe the name of the vendor. Yeah, I can do it. Then that's fine.
Yeah.
So when you highlighted your services to the clients, right? You just like say that okay, I'm a project manager, but my highlighted skill as per now and a beginner, I can help you to looking, let's say, for the venue vendor of if you need me to set up the meeting for each vendor and else, I can get it the best vendor with the cheapest price in your area. Now you can start it with that, right?
Okay, let's speaking of all these vendors, right? How would you find these vendors? Is it like your personal contact, or you get like a department to do it?
Okay, so after you set up the responsibility, right?
Yeah.
If it depends on the capacity of the company.
Okay,
let's say if they are totally don't have any kind of team, of course you need to do it by yourself.
Okay.
And believe me, when you do it by yourself, even though previously you never do it, you will learn to do it, right? Because you don't have any reason. But if let's say the company already have a complete team, of course you just like split it into each department. Yeah. So it depends on the capacity and the company size as well. But of course, if there is no one help you, you need to do it. If you don't understand, you can just like explore, like which vendor. Maybe at first you don't understand, but you just like propose it. Because as a PM, it's really important as well. Even though you never know in those countries, is it the best vendor? Is that the cheapest vendor? You just like put it. Maybe the 3 vendors alternative, but you can like put like 5 or even maximum only 5. Then after that, at least you have it first, so the client can see the progress. Because in the project management, it's really important that you have the progress. Even though it's, whether it's right, whether it's wrong, there is always a correction and improvement on the projects to get things done, everything's right. So don't expect like, okay, I must perfect and finding the right vendor at first. No, somehow you can like choose, or you can like change, or maybe even your client telling you, oh, Febrina, this vendor is not good. I used to we used to like having collaboration, but doesn't work anymore. So you will know, you will learn, because it will be you need to be learn like case by case.
It's kind of like, in a birthday party for your daughter, you go to this cake vendor and the cake is not good, then you move on to the next cake vendor. You learn along the way. You learn whose cake is the best. Just to put it in
Yeah.
simple analogy. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Thank you for that, Rosa. Let's go to Nika's question. If we find problems from our teams regarding how well individuals meet deadlines and deliver work on time, monitoring attendance, participation in meetings, and overall engagement that indicate how I don't know, Fabrina, can you read this question?
Sorry. Oh,
The
Nika,
last
right?
one. Yeah,
Nika
Nika, yeah.
Surabaya. Okay. If
Nika
you want
Surabaya.
purpose from order regarding how well to do this, then I'm on it. Okay, I understand.
Okay.
Okay, because yeah, I understand because somehow I already like decide everything, right? Every department also is quite unique, you know. They will say to you, okay, this is your deadline tomorrow, and then suddenly the person in the department will say like, oh, February, I'm sorry, I'm quite busy. I don't have time to do your project, you know. Yeah, I think that's the problem, right, Nika?
Well,
How to make sure like everyone is still like online, right? Okay. So this is quite interesting, and that's why and I can say that this is the most challenging things, yeah. The clear communications to make sure coordinating and manage the resources and the human is also quite challenging.
Managing
so
humans.
if you ask me how to this is I'm not sure this is the good things or the bad things. It depends on you guys how to see me. This way is a good things or bad things, right? Since I don't meet them through the offline, okay, I just meet you guys through the online, okay, but I responsible to my client, right, to deliver the project on schedule. So what I do is actually, if I already see this department, I think just like not lazy, but actually they just try to, you know, over delay and everything. So what I do is actually not like a do politics, yeah. I mean like this is my way because I want to do everything is just quickly. Okay, I don't want to do a lot of drama with them since I don't know them of course, right?
Yeah.
So if they're telling me that one, okay, I'm quite busy because I'm still doing blah 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 blah, then I will make sure again to them. But make sure that we have the proven written their answer.
Okay,
I
black and white.
I screenshot it. If it's through email, I screenshot it and I send to my client.
Okay.
Hi, sir or madam. Okay, we have a lot of things ready. I already tried to explain 1, 2, 3, but they're quite busy. So would you mind to have, because their role is really important. If their role they didn't finish, they don't finish even the responsibility, it will impact to blah 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 blah, and the client will be directly asked the department. Okay,
I like how you're listing it out.
Yeah, again, it's something that always happen, not in the even like in the overseas company. I think I'm not sure, but in Indonesian company, I think a lot of departments like that, and I always face something like that. So that's the best way for me to make it happen, to make it fit, unless they're telling us like, oh yeah, cannot because currently we are still doing this, and this one is also priority. And somehow I will direct us to the client. Okay, which one your priority now? If this one cannot be running well, and that's fine. So means we need to over delay the project. If the client, okay, fine. That's okay, Fabrina. Then we over delay because the another project also must be done by the IT department, for example. Oh yeah, that's fine. So, but make sure that between you, internal stakeholders, and also the client agree. You know, don't we just to make sure that it's not our burden and responsibility, you know, because we also want, we already like try to do the best as a PM, but of course as a PM we cannot working well if the another department cannot be working together with us. So we just like straightforward, you know, like the operations department, they need to straightforward with the SOP and else, right?
But also I like to just take screenshot. It really save a lot of issues. Just take the screenshot and then tell your client, list out the problem. If this doesn't go up, we're gonna have this. I think that will solve it.
Yeah, because if it happened, it's already beyond the gut expectation, right? It's like Yeah, even I don't meet you in the real life. So how I can push you in my dream? I do it. No.
Yeah, exactly.
I just like shortcut, do the shortcut, and I think as long as you just don't mention it verbally to the client, because remember, especially if your client is like the C-level or the owner or the founder, when you talk to them or you want to negotiate with them, never only talk with the verbally. You need to bring the written, the data, or even the fact. Then you come up with the solution or the impact or why this one is cannot, because founders is never believe you if you just talk.
Yeah. So there you guys go. That's a very good tip from Pravina. Take a screenshot. You need black and white to save your skin sometimes. Okay.
Please
All
don't share
right.
to everyone out there, huh? because everyone will hate me. So
now
yeah.
now
This
my
one is just
my
for
students.
SGB, right? Yeah. Just pretend any kind of conversation, guys, tonight.
Yeah.
It's just stay tonight, okay?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I'm gonna use that tip for myself too. So if any students from me are here, if anything, I'm gonna take a screenshot and send it to Tanya. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. And okay, let's go to Alifa. Let's just do two more questions. It's almost time. So Alifa asks, okay, I don't know what this is, Sabrina. So maybe you know what this is about the miscellaneous expenses.
Oh, okay.
7,000 Singapore dollars.
Okay, yeah. Actually, 7,000 is around. I think it's around like 10 million. No. It's around like 100, right? Okay.
Do you want me to convert it?
No, I think it's around like 100. Yeah. So I guess like for these expenses, right? The previous exercise that I showing the sample, I think 7,000, yes, is quite a lot. But somehow if you want to put like additional expenses, I suggest you at least like spend around like 2 or 3%. 2 or 3%. It depends on the total. Jadi if the total is let's say like $10,000, you can put the miscellaneous additional is around like 1,500. It should be more like 1,000. You just like put it.
Okay.
Yeah. This one is the sample of the I think previous exercise. Yeah.
All right. So I think that's all the questions that we have for tonight.
Okay.
All right. Okay. We're done. We're done.
Okay.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you so much.
It's our first project management. I mean, I'm a newbie, and I learned so much tonight. What this is, and I think I can, on behalf of the students, I think they also have learned a lot from you tonight. So thank you very much. And thank you to my fellow SAs, and thank you, my students, and all students for being here tonight. And yeah, I will see you guys very soon. Good night. Sabrina, is there something that you like to say before we wrap it up?
No, that's fine. I think from my side, right, I also want to thank you for the students who already want to maybe live tonight. Okay, and I'm really sincerely apology if there is the explanation or the informations that still unclear for you guys. Because as a beginner, I know the project management is really quite a lot and wider, and the exercise may be difficult for you. But I don't want even like give you the easy one, because I know everyone in here who joined the virtual assistant, especially highlighted surfaces, the project management, you guys wanna get highly paid, right? So means when I give you this exercise, it's maybe difficult, but if you regularly practices, or even like you already like get the job that related with this and you success, believe me, it's really you can like reach the certain number, because I believe as a PA, as a project manager, everyone can be a project manager. Okay, but again, for me, what's make you different. Okay, so I hope you guys take it as a positive exercise. If you don't do it, it's really I really understand about it. And if, yeah, let's say one day we can do an offline gathering or else in Jakarta or else, and I can meet you guys, so maybe we can talk in Bahasa. Yeah, so I can explain you more into it. Yeah, I think something like that. Yeah. I'm really sincerely apology, and yeah, hopefully you guys at least get a better understanding about how's the project manager do. But again, there is no professional if never start from the beginning. Just like doing the simple things, but you know, it's like you saving the money, right? Starting from $1 or maybe $10 or even like volunteer until you be an expert, you be a professional. And somehow to be a professional is not always something that it need to be like continuous improvement, but to be as professional, somehow you need to jump on, somehow you can like get it suddenly, and your brain is suddenly, well, you need to think about A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And suddenly, oh, you already like professionals, So yeah, like you swimming, right? You cannot swimming, but someone like just put you on the swimming pool, and you need to save your life, right? And that's how I starting when I starting as a project manager, even not manager, just like coordinator. My CEO just pick me, Febrina, just do it. What do? Yeah, there's actually six project. You must implement it. And of course, my CEO like angry with me a lot of time, even like school me and everything. But take it as positive things, make it your mental strong, so you can like selling your value more and more. But takes time. Okay, so be patient, just like take it as an exercise. And of course, if you want to ask me like another exercise that simply as it is, I will give you the exercise. Okay.
There we go. If anybody wants to, do the exercise and put it in a portfolio, please ask Febrina. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great weekend. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Okay. Irma, do we need to stop this button? Where is this? Stop it. Do I press it? Am I the one pressing it? Who's pressing the button?
We'll continue until tomorrow morning.
Fatma, halo. Bisa tolong, can you stop the recording and the webinar?
Me?
Because the host just switched to her.
Okay.
Okay, let me try.